Hey coin collectors, have you seen the release from the Royal Australia Mint today? The Aussie Big Things from the Royal Australia Mint that's also been released through the Australia Post. I think this is going to be a really good collection to have something iconic that's Australian. So my guess is this is the first part of a series, given that there's only 10 coins within this set and there's so many iconic big things within Australia. So I'm really looking forward to this series and this collection. There's a couple of special features within this series. So one in every 10 of these sets has a coloured $1 Murray Cod coin as well. So they'll be really interesting to see, one, if I get one, and two, what the coins look like overall. So they also come out in PNCs and you can buy the coins individually as well. So I think it's going to be a quite a popular set. I always like getting these little tubes. I normally just get one per year for these $1 coins as well. So what I thought I might do is go through each coin individually and just talk a little bit about the actual Aussie Big Things that there is. So all these different landmarks within Australia, a bit about my experiences within them as well, and go through the coin in a little bit of detail as well. So let's open up and see how we go with the coins as well. See if I have any luck getting that coloured coin. So just slowly opening up. I think there's no opportunity, but you're going to rip this when you open it, which is sometimes a good thing because then you know that you're not getting one resold to you as well. So this one was not a coloured one. So normally the coloured coin is on the top. So it looks like there we've got the giant pineapple. So let's start. I'll pull these coins out and we'll go through them one by one. The cool thing with this set too is you get this little folder and you can put all the coins in the folders as well. So let's have a bit of fun while we go through each coin individually and have a look at them. So first we can start off with the giant pineapple. So hopefully you can see it there. Now one thing to note with these coins that often come from the Australia Post in this condition is they are quite scratched. So you can see this here, they're definitely not in a good condition. So I think the way the Royal Mint mass produce these coins, they're certainly not worrying about looking after the quality of these. So it's very hard to get a good mint state kind of version of these kind of coins as well. So yeah, you will find a lot of these with a lot of scuff marks on the coins. So the giant pineapple is from Woomera in Queensland. So it was built in 1971. It's a 2-level building, so it's 16 meters high, so that's 52 feet tall. So it's a very big iconic Australian landmark. It's also had a royal visit from at the time Prince Charles and Princess Diana in 1983. So it's on the Sunshine Coast, so it's a beautiful area to grow pineapples as well. So it's also heritage listed, this giant pineapple as well. So as I mentioned, you can get these coins on individually for $3, or you can also get this PNC as well. So I'm not quite sure at the moment what the limitation of the PNCs is yet. I've tried to have a look on the Australia Post website and there's nothing going around about the actual limitations of how many of the PNCs are going to be produced. So that's the first coin of the series. Next we've got the big banana. So really cool coin there. The big banana, to be honest, is one of my favourite landmarks in Australia. It's probably one of the most iconic landmarks from Australia on the highway going up from Sydney to Queensland on the Hume Highway there. It's located in Coffs Harbour. So I've been in Coffs Harbour quite a few times. I love my rally cars, and they often hold Rally Australia in Coffs Harbour. So it hasn't been there since 2018. And of probably about 5 years ago, just before COVID, they had some really devastating bushfires in Coffs Harbour as well. But The Big Banana is certainly a cool place to visit when you go past the freeway. The Big Banana is 15 meters long, so it's a massive thing. And the slogan of the place is, it's a whole bunch of fun. So it's actual fun park as well. So there's toboggan rides, there's water slides, amazing water slides there, ice skating, mini golf, laser tag, and a lot more. It's a really cool place to visit, especially if you've got any kids. Definitely one of the cool places in Australia to take the kids along if you're doing a road trip and you want to stop somewhere for a bit of a rest. So, and also you can get those on the P&C. So the P&Cs are about $18.95, and obviously the individual coins as well. So next we have the Big Blue Healer. So this one is in Muswell Brook, New South Wales. So it's a sculpture of the Australian cattle dog, known to have originated from Dartbrook in New South Wales. So this is where the Blue Healer first, well, I wouldn't say invented, but was bred into existence. So if you've got any kids at home and you've ever watched that kid show Bluey, so this is where Bluey comes from, the Blue Healer dog, and it was created by the Healer family. So that's where the Healer name comes from as well. So they're really beautiful dogs. So they're amazing cattle dogs. So if you've for any farmers out there that often have a Blue Healer for a cattle dog, they're really good at listening in obedience, so herding sheep or any cattle or anything else like that, and also great pets as well. So I love these dogs, and they're just iconic animals. So again, you can get the individual coins for $3 as well from the post, or on the P&C for $18.95. And next we've got the giant Murray Cod. So I actually visited this landmark only a couple of months ago. So it's a pretty cool, unique landmark within Australia. So it's in Swan Hill, Victoria. So along the Murray River. So these are beautiful fish to catch. So the actual sculpture itself is 15 meters long, by 3 meters by 5 meters high. So it's a pretty decent sized landmark as well. So certainly if you ever go to Swan Hill for a road trip, it's a beautiful place to visit as well. And I love going on the Murray. Anywhere along the Murray is amazing. Some of my favourite holidays is going on a houseboat and doing a bit of fishing and trying to catch some Murray cod. They're absolutely beautiful fish to eat and catch as well if you can. Definitely make sure you don't get the carp. So the carp is another fish that you can catch in the Murray, and it pretty much lives on the bottom of the river, and it tastes like sand. So I remember one year we caught a whole heap of them, thinking we did amazing job catching all these fish, and then did a fire, ate it up, and just ended up getting rid of it. It was just disgusting. But yeah, the Murray cod is definitely a beautiful fish with a nice tinge in blue in there as well. So this is the coin that, if you are lucky in the 1 of 10 packs to get out of these little tubes, this will be coloured. So the Murray cod would be a coloured coin. So like I said, unfortunately this coin didn't have it. So also on these coins, we've all got the Memorial Queen adverse too. So we're in September now in Australia, and we've still got the Queen on our adverse. So we haven't changed over to the King yet. So again, you can get the P&C in this and the individual $3 if you want the coin as well. So, and next we've got the giant koala. So another beautiful landmark. So I love the name of this town. So it's Dadswell Bridge in Victoria. So it's a kind of a funny, cute Aussie name. So it's not far from the Grampians as well. So if you ever visit the Grampians in Victoria, this is definitely one of the things to visit. So this was built in 1989, and it's 14 meters high. So it's a massive sculpture of a koala, and it's 18 meters wide, so you can go inside it as well. It was sculpted by a Dutchman, so Ben van Zesten as well. So, and it weighs 12 tons. So it's definitely a massive sculpture to go and visit as well. So I'm going to be going on a family adventure soon, and this is definitely one of the places I'm planning to visit as well. So I hope to do a little video on this coin right in front of the actual sculpture as well. I think that'll be a bit of fun to have a look at. So again, you can get this on a PNC as well, and also the individual coins. So next we have the giant, the Big Swoop, they call it. So this is called the Big Swoop. So it's a magpie picking up a hot chip, or I don't know if you call it in America a crisp or whatever. So we call them in Australia. We've got chips that are hot chips, and we've also got our cold chips as well. So we don't have crisps in Australia. So this is located in the centre of Canberra as well. So pretty cool landmark. Definitely something very iconic and Australian, having the black and white magpies. From a footy point of view, if you follow the team, they're on top of the ladder at the moment, and good favourites to win the grand final from a football point of view. But definitely, being September now, we're into spring. This is known as swooping season, so it's pretty ironic that this coin's coming out right now in swooping season. So for those that are not in Australia and haven't experienced a magpie, what they do is they come and swoop you. So they swoop right past your head with their claws out to try and scratch your head. So especially if you're riding a bike or anything like that, even with a helmet on, they'll try and swoop you. So you really have to be careful and keeping an eye out for the magpies. A lot of people, they even put little spikes and all sorts of things in their helmets. People try and put glasses on the back of their heads and all sorts of things to scare them off, because they try and come out from behind you as well. So you don't know they're coming until they're just about swooping you. So, but the one thing I do love about the magpies is the beautiful sound they make. So when they're sitting in the trees talking to each other, it's just an iconic sound. So I'll just play it now for you so you can hear it. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for those big magpies. So again, you can get that at a PNC or the individual coin as well. Next, we have the Jumping Crocodile in Wak Wak. So to be honest, I've never heard of this town, Wak Wak. So W-A-K in the Northern Territory. So it's about 55 k's from Darwin. So this sculpture was built in 1989 near the Adelaide River. So it's the home of the huge saltwater crocodiles. So they are the largest crocodiles in the world, and one of the most dangerous animals within Australia. So if you ever go on a river tour on the Adelaide River, or pretty much anywhere in the Northern Territory, you're probably going to see one of these crocs swimming around. So just be careful around the banks of the water that they don't come and snap at you as well. So it is the Australia's deadliest animal, and they can live up to 80 years and be 7 meters long. So that's a massive animal. So if you think about a tall human is only 2 meters long, so you compare a human at 2 meters long versus this crocodile at 7 meters long. It's massive. So definitely one to watch out for, but definitely a cool landmark within Australia. So again, you can get them individually for $3 or on the PNC as well for $18.95. And next we've got the giant lobster. So this one's in Kingston in South Australia. This is probably one of the biggest landmarks that we have in Australia. So it's 17 meters tall and 15 meters wide as well. So it's a really big landmark within Australia, and the engineering that's gone into making this landmark is really cool. And I love the rich colour reds that it has in there as well. So this was built in 1979. It's on the coast of South Australia. So if you're coming from Mount Gambier to Adelaide, it's about halfway along as well. So I'm actually going to also visit this one on my family road trip very soon. So I'm planning to do a whole video on this, and obviously the big koala. I'm going to go to Uluru, which is the centre of Australia, the big rock in the middle of Australia. and also going to go to Cooper Pedy as well. So I'm going to visit some of these great landmarks on a family holiday, and I'm going to do a whole heap of videos on those landmarks as well with iconic coins of Australia. So I'll definitely be featuring this coin within that in front of the Big Lobster. So the lobster's actually got a name. It's called Larry the Lobster. So that's the name of this this landmark as well. So definitely something, if you ever get the opportunity and you're in South Australia, to visit as well. So again, you can get the PNC and the coin as well. So, and second last, we've got the Big Tasmanian Devil. So this one is roughly about 3 meters high, so it's not as big as some of the other ones as well. So it's located in Mole Creek in Tasmania as well. So it's at the entrance of a wildlife park sanctuary on a roughly 82 acres of national bushland. So definitely a really nice place to visit and see some of the Tasmanian Devils. So for any of the kids watching at home, I'm sure if you've watched Looney Tunes before, you would have seen the Tasmanian Devil spinning around and creating a lot of havoc. So this is where that animal originated from. So it's definitely an iconic Australian animal. You pretty much only find them either in zoos or in Tasmania as well. They obviously are an endangered animal as well, so can't be hunted or anything else like that. So we need to make sure we look after our Tassie Devils as well. So again, you can get these for $3 individually or $18.95 for the P and C as well. And last of all, we've got the giant ram. So this is in Wagon in Western Australia. So this was built in 1895, and it's about 30 feet tall. So that's about 9 meters and 13 meters long. So it was designed to showcase the local wool. That's one of the key industries in the area as well. So definitely one of the iconic animals within Australia, and definitely one of the big landmarks. So I like it how they've, with this set, got pretty much one or two key iconic things from all the different states within Australia as well. So we've got something from Victoria, Northern Territory, South Australia, ACT, Tassie, Western Australia, Vic. There's a couple from New South Wales and Queensland. So they've done a good job in this set to try and get one at least from each state. So that makes me think there's going to be a lot more of these, given that there's only 10. And there's so many other landmarks within Australia that I can think of that are missing. So some to come to mind are the giant prawn, I think, is definitely one of the iconic ones within Australia. The merino, I think, is one of the ones that I've visited as well in New South Wales. The golden guitar as well, the big Ned Kelly, the big potato. There's also a big kangaroo, big cane toad, the big gumboot, and the list just goes on. So put in the comments down below if there's any iconic big things within Australia that you would like to see that aren't on this PNC list. So given that there's so many missing from this list, it makes me think that we are definitely going to see a version 2 and potentially a version 3 of this coming out in the coming years as well. So please let me know what you think of this set. Are you going to buy one of these coin sets, or are you going to buy the PNCs as well? Do you think it's going to be a good one? What's your favourite? I mean, personally for me, the favourite is the big banana. I think it's going to be probably one of the more popular ones out of this set to collect, because I think it's probably the most iconic ones out of this collection. I think Larry the Lobster is a pretty cool one as well. Look forward to visiting those and showing you what they look like in real life and how big they really are as well. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching and joining the coin collecting family. Dan.